Welcome, Elwood Panther fans, to the Central Indiana Sports Report for this week's Elwood Panthers Report. And as I'm sure you're aware, the Panthers' regular season has ended. Most teams in Indiana still playing this week. Elwood decided to take the week off, heading into the postseason. So, this is going to be an atypical Elwood Panthers Report. No Coach Van Skyok this week. We'll talk to him next Wednesday when we know who Elwood's sectional opponent is going to be. We'll also talk about Elwood hosting the sectional again. And we'll get his thoughts on how this season has gone. Of course, I talked to that with my guests on this week's Elwood Panthers Report. And that's assistant coach David Savage and seniors Brice Shuler, Connor Wooten, and Corbin Leavell. All of that is coming up very shortly, but before we get to that, I want to tell you what's going on at the Central Indiana Sports Report. And what's going on is I have a new daily podcast called Greg and His Friends Talk Sports, and it's awesome. Every day, sometime between 10 and 30 minutes, depending on what's going on and how much time I have, my friends and I talk about what Central Indiana sports fans are talking about, whether that's the Pacers, IU, Purdue, the Colts, the Fever, IndyCar, national sports, and of course high school sports, focusing on the CIC and our little stretch of heaven here just north of Indianapolis. Also this week we've released our Pacers report on Monday, that with Elwood grad Mike Rich, our Pacers guy. On Tuesday was our IU report with Grant Schaus and Mike Hutzel. On Wednesday, our Purdue report with Jake Dunn. And coming up on Thursday, our IndyCar season preview with Elijah Poe, Michelle Garman, Heather Apt, another Elwood graduate, Will Rutherford, and myself, another Elwood Panther, talking about what to expect in this upcoming season, and we also made our predictions. Please check it out. So after arguably the Panthers' best stretch of basketball this season, this saw them win 3 of 4 games, and the only loss in that stretch in overtime. Elwood closed the season with an ugly 55-19 loss at home against Class 2A number 2 Oak Hill, and then a home loss to a 5-14 Cowan team that is better than its record. So the regular season ends at 10-13, Elwood's first double-digit win season since 2013-14. The last 4 seasons combined under Ryan Van Skyok, the Panthers have won 33 games. That's more than the previous 8 seasons before he arrived, going all the way back to the 2013-14 team under Landon Carroll. The sectional draw was on Sunday, and Elwood drew a first-round bye into Friday's semifinals, so it's going to be a great night on Friday at John Ward Gymnasium. All the Panther fans need to get out there for that. Elwood will take on either 16-5 and 10th ranked Lapel, or 16-6 and 14th ranked Frankton. Probably the 2 favorites in the sectional, although Sheridan and Taylor on the other side are certainly capable of winning it. Should be a great sectional. Michelle Garman of the Tipton Tribune and Elwood Call Leader and I will be there the entire time, bringing you post-game from each night of the sectional. We also hope to have a preview on Monday or Tuesday morning at the latest, but that is not 100%. That'll depend on how much time I have this weekend. The Elwood sectional is officially Class 2A Sectional 39, and the 6 teams have 80 wins between them. Game 1 on Tuesday night is 6-15 Tipton against 15-7 Taylor. Game 2 is Lapel and Frankton. 17-4 Sheridan will play the winner of Tipton-Taylor at 6 o'clock on Friday night. That's next Friday, the 6th of March. And then the second semifinal, 10-13 Elwood against either Lapel or Tipton. The championship game is at 7 o'clock on Saturday night. I would advise that you be there. And if you are, please come say hi to Michelle and me. Please stay tuned for Elwood assistant coach David Savage. and seniors Brice Shuler, Connor Wooten, and Corbin Leavell. Back here on the Elwood Panthers Report on what has turned out to be quite a long layoff between the end of the regular season and the postseason. Not only did you decide to take the week off, which is probably a good idea, but then draw the bye in the first round. So almost 2 full weeks off here. And I'm joined here by Coach David Savage, Brice Shuler, Connor Wooten, Corbin Leavell. I can't believe I did it. 4 of you, and I remembered every name. It's a new record. Coach, what's the plan been this week? How have things gone, and what's the approach been to having some days off and not knowing who your opponent's going to be?
Well, first and foremost, I think we just wanted to give the boys a couple of days of rest, coming off of playing last Saturday, and then try to get in here and at least get some of that rust off, but at the same time, work a little hard. Not knowing who your opponent is, we're trying to scout and playing for both teams that are in our side of the bracket. So we've got either Frankton or Lapel, which is 2 tough opponents. So we're trying to game plan for those guys, and at the same time, just work on our own game.
Do you spend more time on Lapel because you play Frankton, or is it even?
No, it's even. You don't know. When this is everybody's 0 right now, so you scout both teams equally. You don't know who's going to come out of that game. So we want to try to be as fully prepared as we can. Quick turnaround. They're going to play Tuesday. We'll play them Friday. So we got 2 days to know who we're going to play, and then we're going to try to figure out from there. But no, we're equally putting in a plan for both teams as we speak. They both play. Lapel plays tomorrow, and then Frankton plays Friday, where all the coaches are talking about going and scouting both games. So last night they played. We scouted both games.
And you really have no clue who it's going to be. That game the first time around was as 50-50 as it gets.
It was. Yep, I was there for that. Lapel pulled it out by 1 point. It could have went either way. So it was an exciting game to watch, and we're going to get to watch them again. They play each other, so we'll figure it out from there. And, it's exciting time. Everybody's 0-0. Never know.
Coach, got to 10 wins this year. The last I was here, I was watching Corbin knocked down a 3-pointer to win a game for your 10th win of the year. Really cool moment. What's this year been like? I know it's been trying at times, but in general, what's it been like with this team?
For me, in general, it's been a wonderful year. I know it's been a roller coaster for some people, but it's been a really joy to be around these guys that have stuck it out and put in the hard work day in and out. I've known them for a long time, so it's awesome to see them get to 10 wins. Also, just a shout out to our JV team. They worked hard. I coached them, and they got to 10 wins as well. So as a program as a whole, 20 wins for both teams is on the up and up for us. We haven't done that in a really, really long time. So these guys as leaders have put in practice what the other young guys need and shown them what they needed. And it's been a joy to be around, really.
All right, well, let's start with Corbin. Tell me a little bit about him. I think everybody who's listened to this podcast has probably watched him play. So tell us a little bit about what he's like off the court and what he adds to the program.
Well, personally, I know Corbin pretty well for a long time. He's gone on some vacations with us, with my family. So if anybody didn't know that, I know him pretty well. So he's a pretty good kid overall.
Yeah, the levels aren't bad people at all, are they?
He's a good kid. He's level-headed. All right. Pun on words, right? So he's a good kid. He's fun to work with. He puts in the work. He's a good shooter. When he's confident, when I tell him visualize that last shot, that game, said see it going in, and he did. He saw it, he knocked it down, got us our 10th win. So it's been a joy to be around, really.
Makes me feel old that I remember when his dad was born. All right, Connor Wooten, tell me a little bit about him.
Connor again is another joy to be around. I've coached Connor as a freshman when he came in, and then on the freshman team. And then this year, he just keeps getting better at basketball. I don't think basketball may not be his first love. He's shaking his head no. So
what's your first love?
Football.
Oh, football, of course.
So he's
loves to hit.
He's a football guy, and I think we recognize that at the beginning. But he does a lot of things that our team needs, and I think he understands that we need a guy that can go get a rebound when we need it, or just work his butt off in the interior. And he's a joy to be around, too. He's kind of quiet sometimes, but I can see it on his face that he's really trying to work hard.
And he's gotten better throughout the year of making the layups that he was missing early in the year.
No comment. I'm not gonna throw him under the bus like that.
And then Brice, speaking of some big performances, when you had some players leave the team, he's one of the guys who stepped up. Tell us a little bit about Brice.
Yeah, Brice has really come along this year. We know as a coaching staff, we talked to him. We wish we would have had him the whole year, but things happen, right? So you battle adversity and you try to come in ready and willing to work. That game that we knew we were shorthanded, he just kind of said, "Hey guys, we're not losing this game." He came in the locker room and said, "We're not losing this game," and put the team on his back on that game, and his performance showed in the box score and everything. Brice is a good, true leader at times that we need, and we've been working on him to step up and lead win almost the whole time, right? So still working on that, but we've got about a week to get that in. I don't know. Brice is a good kid, so he's got his head on. I know his family pretty well, and he's been a joy to coach too. So I told him on senior night I wasn't going to talk a whole lot because I knew I'd get too emotional.
Let me talk to Brice real fast. All right, Brice. I asked him about the season. 10 wins, but he said roller coaster. That's probably a good way of saying it. How's the season gone for you overall, do you feel?
Like he said, I wish I was here the full season, but things happen, and watching them win and beat Madison Grant made me really want to come back and be a leader on this team. And if I would have known we were going to lose everybody, I would have stepped up and taken a bigger role from the start. But I kind of had to switch my ways, being past first point guard to more of a scoring mentality. But I feel like I've done a pretty good job stepping up in that area. But I'm super proud of my teammates. It's a really good season.
When his shot went in, well, when he got the shot at the top of the key, you set the picks, he gets the shot. What were you thinking as the ball was in the air?
Oh, I knew it was going in. I've seen him hit that shot 100 times. I knew what play was coming. We ran it, a few games before, and he hit the same shot? Yeah, I knew he was going in.
All right, well, let's talk to Connor. Connor, and I mean this, really good job of increasing your percentage at the rim early on. You were doing an incredible job getting the rebound and then missing the putbacks. What's been the difference later in the year in you being able to score a little?
Really just Coach V's been talking and trying to get me through it, calming down, not going as fast, actually going up with it. Had a couple of games, the last couple of games, been off again. The games before that were a little bit better and just going down again, going back up. It's like a off and on. I got to get it all in one.
Now we're down to the final run here. The sectional. What does playing in a sectional at home mean to you guys?
Really good. Get the home advantage. Play here all the time.
You're going to get a Friday night in front of a packed crowd on a sectional night. Man, how much are you guys looking forward to that?
We're all talking. Coach V's really excited about it. Everybody.
What would you say to Elwood Panther fans about getting here, man?
You got to show up. You got to come out. It's going to be a good one.
Thanks so much. Nice meeting you guys. And now let's talk to Mr. Leavell of the famed Leavell family. And by the way, I remember when your dad and uncle were born because it was at the same time, of course. Do you have a preference? Frankton, Lapel, you've played Frankton. You haven't played Lapel. Have you guys thought about that at all?
Me personally, I'd rather play Frankton. I feel like we have an easier chance of beating them. But it'd be still pretty tough.
Does the familiarity with Frankton, I know not only did you play him, but you spent a week with him during the holidays. Is that more appealing than a Lapel team you don't know much about?
100%, yeah. We're more familiar with them, and we know all their plays already, so it'd be easier to get back into working on that and cracking down on the little things that we need to get done to beat them. So I feel like we'd have a better chance the next time we go around.
I asked Connor about playing here at home in a sectional. To get to play this at home with rivals like Tipton, Frankton, and Lapel coming in, it's going to be a really cool environment.
Yeah, it is, and it's going to be a great atmosphere with how many people are going to show up for the other teams too, so it's going to be really packed, and you're going to definitely want to get a seat early. So, yeah,
get your ticket and then get your seat early because this place is going to be packed.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at the schedule probably every night.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%.
All right, guys, thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it. Corbin, Connor, Brice, and Coach Savage, appreciate it so much.
Thank you for your time.
Thanks so much to David, Corbin, Brice, and Connor. I think I said Connor was a senior at the start of the podcast. He is a junior, so sorry I messed that up. Thanks so much for listening. Please do us a huge favor and share this podcast with an Elwood Panther fan in your life. Help us spread the word that the Central Indiana Sports Report is talking about what Central Indiana sports fans are talking about every single day. And now that this podcast's over, go check out Greg and his friends Talk Sports. I mean, I'm the one doing the podcast, but I think it's really good. So I think you might think it's really good too. Others seem to like it. Thanks. Central Indiana Sports Report is a product of ITG Media. And I love Susie.